Okay. Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to do an effect I did a couple of weeks back, and it was the effect in Mine-Imator in which an arrow went applied from like here to here, and the thing was you were orbiting around the arrow as, you know, just orbiting around the arrow and zooming in and out and pulls and stuff like that with the zoom in. But yeah, that is basically what this effect is made of: an orbit and a zoom in / out. So first thing we're gonna get is the actual thing that's being put across the screen. I mean, it could be anything, just a projectile, really anything that's going to be thrown into the air or going across the air mainly. So the arrow's definitely not going to travel just through the ground, sitting right there. Now this is the work camera. Pay close attention to that. So this is the camera where you do the animation itself. Let me zoom in. So you can zoom in here with your mouse wheel. Okay, no, not too high. So probably like right here. And the camera hotkeys: W is to go forward, A left, D right, S backward, Q down, E up, and spacebar makes you go faster, and shift makes you go slower. And yeah, just telling you, you'll get it after a while. So now I'll zoom out here because it's in slow motion, of course. So that provides it to where, so see, this is how many seconds this would be. 10 seconds of it going from point A to point B, but when it would be here, it would be like, because when you're doing this, this is all the space you have, and even the farthest here would give you only 1 second, which is, I mean, it's pretty hard to see an arrow just orbiting around at 1 second. I mean, just look a bit weird. So probably 125. It depends what distance it is, so maybe this distance, and definitely check bit slower, probably 200. So it's basically distance over time itself. So speed, it's like animation really like it's a lot based on physics. So since gravity is acting upon this projectile, I'll have it go down here. Now this is the part where the effect is really at. So now you have this going down here. Let me just add a little tilt. Okay. Now this is the part where the effect actually comes in. So go to your crafting table here and find your camera, create it, and luckily, okay, wait, but first, remember this is the work camera where you do the animation, including the actual camera. The selected camera, or camera basically, is the camera where your whole entire actual movie will be shown through. So this is what's gonna be on the movie. So if I played this, that would be it. It wouldn't be this one, it would be this one. So keep that in mind. So I'm gonna have this right here. And this is really important. Before you go back, do rotate around the point, which is the part that enables it to actually go around. So now that repositioned the camera somehow. I mean it's pretty hard to explain why. So now the camera's gonna go around it. So try to do it right here. -90 degrees for mine. And now, so use this one so you can see on here while you're doing it. I think that may be good. Maybe if I zoom in. Yeah, that looks really good. So a little bit higher. Think about height as well. And it doesn't really have to be that perfect, but I'm just doing that. And the other way you could do this is with it's preferably with a folder. The reason is why, because you can't go all the other way there. So see right here, this is where it's going to be, and here as well. And I've done this effect for my great friend Steven for his intro. So now that we have this, we're gonna also go to the other part where it's on point B, the arrow. So let's zoom in. Yeah, let's zoom in. Yes, I got it. Okay. So now it's on the same keyframe. So now see the arrow's not here anymore. That's because we animated it to go over here. So now you can use your selected camera, this one, remember, to go across the frame, and you'll see it'll go to the work camera. So it's gonna have to go over here, pretty close. Okay, here's where the arrow is. Now you definitely want to go a bit down. The other alternate is parent on your camera to the arrow, but I'm just doing it this way. So a little bit lower. It doesn't really matter too much. So now this is where you're gonna add all your cool stuff. Now the zoom in part comes right here. So now this is the orbit part of the camera, but this part stretches your camera away from the orbit part, because if you just went back, it would do the whole thing. So now let me zoom a little bit more here. So now look, it's just lengthening it. But you may think it's a lot, but field of view is the main thing. When you set it to 1, it just, there you go. So the thing with it is, when I was doing the video for it, I probably had it like at this angle probably, and then it goes higher, the field of view. So it starts right here, and we're gonna get to point B here, and we're gonna twist it like once or twice, have a angle of it landing right there. So maybe we could do that. And that's basically how I did it. And from there you could add a depth of field, which is what I'm definitely going to do. So point A, depth of field is basically what it's focused on. So right here you can see that's on foreground, even though so the reason it's not in focus is because it's so far away. But when you do background, the arrow, it blurs out the background, which is a much more pleasant look. So do the same thing for the next part, depth of field, foreground, and so you can see backgrounds, not it, but foreground. And you can do it customly. I recommend doing it custom. Okay. There we go. Maybe a little right there. Okay. I mean, it may be like a little hard to know what's going on, but that's a little bit of the point of this effect. So now here's what the camera actually is doing. So it's going around the arrow as it's going, and see how it's getting a little closer, and then there. That's basically how you do it. Add sound effects and you get basically the same video that I created earlier. So now, with that being done, export the animation to a movie file, get the frame rate to whatever your liking is. I'm going to put my video quality to best and 1080p. You can do whatever you want. Format, movie. We have no audio, so do that. Include hidden objects, no, and high quality rendering. And then it's just going to render, and delete that one. This is going to be called Arrow 5, I guess. But, ooh, and this is a really important tip. This helped a ton when I was making Steven's intro. So, some computers may have it already, but if you do, so there are converters So for example, I have the Prism video file converter, and since I do my videos on Windows Movie Maker, I realized that I can convert to WMV files, which are Windows Movie Maker files. So then it basically makes it a ton less laggy, because when you just put this video in Windows Movie Maker, it's pretty hard to understand. But that was actually really it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and bye.